My name is Latari Martin of Bossy Girl Tea, and this is my story. I believe my father was older than my mom as well. When she became of age, that's when I guess they just decided to finally connect, and boop, here I was. But again, due to the nature of how I came about, I wasn't around my father or his family. He was married, he had children. In fact, I have a little sister who's about 10 months younger than me. So, naturally I wasn't able to be around, but I knew who they were. And I knew who my dad was, and I knew his siblings, and I knew my grandparents. And I always felt love. I always felt love from them. My uncles and aunts, it's 13 of them, by the way, 13 or 14 of them. So they will roast you. You won't even know that you've been roasted. Yeah, you'll just be sitting there burnt and crisp because they done roasted you and you have no clue. I was taken from my mother. I think I may have been about 3 or 4. She was really struggling and battling with addictions. My mom's siblings would remind me from time to time that I was indeed an orphan and my parents did not want me. So Compton, California, 1979, I was born in that beautiful city of Compton. And, but I was raised in South Central LA, which is right next door. You just realize how just devastating and really violent war is. That was South Central Los Angeles growing up. It was really a war zone. I can just imagine how my grandmother felt, how my grandfather felt, how the other men and women in our community who had worked so hard to build this life for themselves and for their children, and to see it all go left. It just went left. My grandparents were wonderful people. They raised a lot of children during that time and poured into a lot of people. My grandmother was constantly being called upon, constantly being pulled for her wisdom. And also, she had this ability to just pull everything together. People really honored and respected her. And when she spoke, she didn't have much to say, and she was very soft-spoken. But when she spoke and when she showed up, you were gonna pay attention. You're gonna take notice, and you're gonna follow whatever instruction she's giving. I recall one time riding with my grandmother to a family member's house because there was something going on, something very serious happening, and my grandmother had to go and take care of the matter. And there was a huge gun laid out on the coffee table. And the children of that household were sitting across from the gun. They were terrified. And I was there to comfort the children. The man of the house was having a drunken experience and forgot where the hell he was. And we were there to diffuse the situation. My grandmother's brothers reminded me of the movie American Gangster. They basically were the drug lords and the kingpins of our community and surrounding communities during that time. I recall young men basically worshiping them and women flaunting and flocking. I also remember them passing out money like it was like money grew on trees. They owned multiple properties within the community, apartment complex, a liquor store, a check cashing. They had a clothing store, an auto repair shop. Very much. If you think of the movie American Gangster, that was what I witnessed with my family. But my grandmother, she would run the businesses and maintain financials, which was amazing to me, how she was able to maintain the financials and keep all these things afloat with just a 5th grade education. And she was taken out of school because back then, what does a girl need to go to school for? All she's gonna do is grow up and take care of the kids and take care of the house. She doesn't need to go to school. So they pulled her out 5th grade, and she got into the workforce at that point. But several years later, she is running the businesses, doing her part to maintain the businesses for her siblings. And even more interesting to think back and realize how powerful, how much of a bossy girl my grandma was.